So creating a moveset. Now this is obviously going to be a big part of your identity as a wrestler, to be honest. Maybe that the custom moveset at the moment doesn't work for you, and that's absolutely fine. So, for instance, say we go and we think, okay, well, I personally like the style of a Rey Mysterio. We know that we want the high flying, and obviously Rey has kind of embodied that high flying ability, but we just need to update it a little bit more. Now, obviously, with this, you can go ahead and practice play, which I think is really sick. So you can go ahead and just practice the move sets from Rey Mysterio, so it's kind of no matter who you are, it kind of gives you a default character, and you can kind of go to the edge of the arena and you can do, how do I do that? I would say, that's it, and then how do I do the jump in here? I can't remember how you do it, but regardless, you can obviously copy the move set that works for you. So we've obviously got lots and lots of high flying stuff. So obviously quick practice, and then we can obviously then go ahead and make the move sets ourselves. So we've got attributes to it, payback, copy to superstar. So the moves, we've got standing. So you can obviously go through a lot of these and look at the combos. So you can see from here, we can obviously swap the moves out. So we know that if we do this with Rey Mysterio, this is how he does. So if we're looking at his hit, that's going to be his hit. To then swap the move, we basically either have to select, and we can go ahead and change it to a different forearm punch. So we're going for kind of more of a stop. You go for a gut kick instead. Like obviously it doesn't have to be the same punch, or that it doesn't even have to be a punch, to be honest, at all. So that's going to be the big one that we look at, maybe like a boxing hook instead, depending on what you're looking at for Rey Mysterio. That is going to be where you can kind of change everything, which is nice. And then we've obviously got the combo changes. So again, we can kind of go with the different Rey Mysterio ones. Obviously, all of them should be on his, but we can go ahead and change them as well. So we can see the powerhouse one here as well. We've obviously got Nakamura. If we wanted to bring stuff in, and this is mainly going to be for your created superstar. So for instance, if we back out of Rey, we know that Rey is kind of what we want to emulate. If then we go into our created superstar, his movesets would have been just randomized basically. So there's kind of, it is the bog standard of bog standard. There's nothing like that I've gone ahead and changed. It will be dependent on your type. So for instance, I picked a powerhouse. Maybe I want to be a little bit more like John Cena when it comes to a powerhouse. I can obviously go and change it. So I've got John Cena's 1, 2 or 3. So we can obviously see which ones they're going for. And like, you know what? I quite like that. I'm going to accept that in there. We're going to go John Cena. And you can take bits from everybody's combination. You could even take, it doesn't have to necessarily be about a powerhouse, but what it wants to do is how do you set up your moves, the move sets. Like for instance with this one here, if we know we've got a good running move or a good power move and we want to bring him closer to the ring, then that's going to be a good one to have that we can obviously utilize. So it is all about having the right set. So for instance with this one, as you can see a lot of the time, it is getting them to that ring, which is really cool. So we're going to change it to that one, and then maybe we do keep the powerhouse, which is always nice to have, and then we accept it. We can obviously then go and look at all of the other sets. So we've got his grappling, his light grappling, the heavy, and we've even got the types of running that you can do. So for instance, he's got a clothesline. There's loads of different ones that you could choose as well if you prefer a certain style. Maybe you just prefer one that just looks more appealing to you, and that could be just what you fancy. All of them are clotheslines, but maybe instead of that, you kind of want to go for a cyclone or something a little bit different. It's just kind of what you fancy as your moveset as such. Even going for a falling dropkick there, flying elbow, which is pretty cool. Then you've obviously got the forearm smash, loads of different ones that then follow with a nice little kick up as well. So once you've kind of gone through all your movesets, then you kind of bring them into fruition, really. You have then the rear, you have then the carry, you also then got the foot catch as well. And then finally from there, you have got the leverage pin that, again, if you look at it, it is just loads of different ones that you can go with, and it's just dependent on what you prefer to go. So if you want to go small package hold, you obviously go tilt-a-world into a lovely formation drop. Absolutely love it. So there is lots and lots of different aspects that you can change that I think is really cool when it comes to building your specific move set. So once we've done all them, then you obviously kind of go back again. That's kind of just standing. This is how in-depth you can truly go with it, and obviously you can keep going all the way. So obviously when you look at finishers, there's so many that you can actually do and just change. It's unbelievable. So obviously from there you can then go into diving, you go into springboards, pre-match, even into your taunts, weight detection as well. So I'm assuming, I don't know what even is that, to be honest. I'm assuming that is, let's have a look, what does it do? I'd say I'm assuming it depends on if basically they're heavier than you or you're heavier than them, that you get like the power moves maybe. But in general, you kind of just got to go through everything. There's entering ring, exit, climbing on top, the pre-match warm-up, obviously then the title match, and you've got then like just generically what you're doing inside the ring. It's absolutely crazy that you can go ahead and make it completely your own. Once you've done with that, obviously all you've got to do is save. You then have the attributes that you can obviously change from here as well, the paybacks, and you can also copy to certain superstars. Say you personally want your superstar to copy and emulate everything that John Cena or The Rock does, you can just copy everything straight to your downloaded content or your custom superstar, which is really cool. And then you can practice your matches. I think that's the big thing. You can practice everything here as well. So everything is based on just almost a little practice play of all of your movesets that works really, really well in my opinion. So let me know how you get on with it.